Hey everyone, welcome back to the Expat Brat podcast. This is Salman Qureshi, and it's the last Monday of Feb 2022. That's pretty cool, right? For no reason. I just feel like as I look through today, I feel like we should celebrate every day we've had the chance to live in this beautiful world because it might be our last, especially because of Russia. God damn it. I don't know what to make of this stuff. We just got over COVID, man. We just get, I was looking at the great news in Dubai. They're opening up stuff. They're kind of saying no more masks outdoors, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be long before we go no need for masks anywhere. Our population is vaccinated. Everybody's cool. Omicron is dying. The COVID strength is dying, and I'm like, things are looking great. The Abu Dhabi borders are open, and then Russia comes along and invades Ukraine. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. It's like we're living through historical moments, and I'm kind of tired of it. I'd rather. I'm fine with not living through historical moments. The kind of historical moments I want to live through is like some big concert, like Woodstock. Why am I not living through Woodstock? Why do I have to live through the pandemic and then a possible World War III? I'm kind of done. I'm done. You guys need to fix this out. I mean, I just look at us and I just go, how has humanity survived this long on top? Like I'm guessing the other animals really look at us really and go, these guys, they're the ones in charge. How long? They're supposed to be evolving. They're the ones in charge of the animal king, the world. Oh my God, we could do a better job, right? With our hoofs and tails and trunks and shit. Like if they would just stop murdering us. Shout out to the vegans. I'm not a vegan, just for the record. I just have a lot of guilt as I, plow my way through a lot of meat in my diet. Uh, and I feel bad about it. It's a start, right? It's a start. I'm not one of those people who hate on vegans. I respect them. I just, I, yeah, I just stuff a lot of meat over my guilt. Like, there's guilt simmering inside me, and I just stuff down chicken on top of it so that it just kind of stays inside. And this is how terrible a person I am, I guess. That's me. Na na na. Oh, but it's been a bit scary. We had a few attacks on the UAE as well, and thankfully, we live in a country which knows how to defend itself. It wasn't anything major, and it was pretty cool how they just bounced off these guys, and we never heard from them again. That's how long an attack should be. I felt really safe in this, and I'm thanking God. I'm thanking whoever's in charge, really in charge. Thank you for your sanity, unlike some other countries that need to. And you know what? Why it hurts more? Because it's gonna raise prices. I mean, look, I feel bad for the Ukrainian people and everyone involved in war. I never want to be in a situation like that. It's terrible. Families and children and whatnot just destroyed. God knows what's going on there, right? Just like in a lot of places. But it hurts my pocket too, man. And it's painful. And I wish I could send more money to Ukraine and other places that are at war to help. But hey, gas prices are higher as well now, so no can do. This sounds mean. Oh my God, as I say it out loud, what should I do? Sacrifice my drive to a Friday or rather a Sunday brunch nowadays? Huh? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Not eat out at a fancy restaurant anymore? Is that what people want from me? That's too much. You sort your own wars out and your people. Or I'm kidding. If you can help, please do help. God knows what people are going through. All right. I don't know why we say that anymore. God knows. We all know. We all know because there's so many social media videos out there, and they're showing clips of people on the streets. A lot of regular citizens fighting and whatnot. And it's true for a lot of places, Palestine and whatnot. I see some people getting angry on on social media about, well, why are we giving this so much coverage? What about Afghanistan? What about U.S. bombing Somalia? What about Iraq? What about this? What about that? And I get you. I hear you. But maybe, maybe we need to rephrase it, because it makes you sound a lot like the people who say, all lives matter. My God, all lives matter. Okay? That's exactly how you sound right now. Whiny. All right? It's a war. It's fresh on people's minds. It's horrific. Just like the other stuff, it's horrific, but it's what's in front of people now. And it's okay for it to be the attention for a bit. What's not okay is some of the other stuff I'm hearing. Like, there was this whole Twitter thread about Africans trying to get out of, and when we say Africans, we're talking about black people, and obviously the racism in Europe is quite out in the open now, if it wasn't before, with things like the Africans trying to escape Ukraine, and they weren't allowed on the train around the Polish border, I believe. And they got stuck there, and they just let the Ukrainian people get in and stop the African people, and they were pushed back, and we know why. And then there was a French minister who said something along the lines of, like, what did he say? He said, it's a good thing the refugees are coming from a country like Ukraine. I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, Ukrainian people are educated and sharper and will, be better for our economy. So we're good with those guys coming in. It's a plus for us. And you thought my jokes were insensitive, or what I was talking about was insensitive. These are, people in power making decisions on behalf of us that are doing this kind of stuff. That's what's wrong. Next time you have a problem with a joke, just remember, this is the stuff you should actually be annoyed and pissed off about, and not some joke. All right? Get that stuff clear in your head. That's how we sort things out. But this war stuff, I'm half joking about the stress on everyone's pockets. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be bad. I mean, I'm so conscious about every dime I'm spending, every dirham I'm spending. I put up an alarm, a reminder on my Google Calendar to and it says radar and a road name that I use on Sundays, because there's always this hidden police officer with a hidden cam there, and it's in it's in this slot, and I'm not whining. If I get fined for overspeeding, it's my fault. I'm not blaming anyone, but it's this patch of road where you've just passed a speed radar, and you kind of want to change lanes a couple of times depending on where you're going. And it's that place where I sometimes speed up to overtake or cut to get to my position that I want to be in. And I'm not driving recklessly or anything, but that guy sits right there, and bam, you're fined, right? So, and I had close calls a couple of times, and I went, no, I think I did get fined a couple of months ago there. So I now have to set reminders to remember there's going to be a radar there. So don't even go slightly over speed. That's where we're at, my folks. That's where we're at. We're every dirham counts. And so I'm just being extra careful. All right. Wow. Europe, huh? One of the other things that I loved geography growing up. I was pretty good at it, actually. It was the only A I got in my O levels. Just a little something about me now. And my grandfather, my mom's dad, was a professor of geography, and my mom did her master's in geography. And I guess somehow it passed through my genes or my DNA, and I was naturally good at it. I would, even if I skipped a few classes, my geography teacher was astounded that I got an A in geography. I just loved it, and it just hit my brain really well. I could do it, And so speaking of that, after having showed off my geography skills, I always was thought Europe is a separate continent. And it puzzled me even when I was a kid, and I thought maybe something to do with the plates and how they've joined and blah, blah, blah. And recently I was just looking at it, and I went, listen, man, if Pluto is not a planet anymore, I don't see how Europe's not survived being a different continent. It really is just Asia, isn't it? Like look at the map carefully again. It's Asia. It's just an extension of Asia, and it's joined in, and Russia is Asia, and Russia creeps into Europe, and somehow that becomes a different continent. I don't think so. I think we've been scammed. I think it's been a white centric, European centric, some kind of like built on racism or whatever you want to call it, some kind of ism, and that's how they've kind of divided the two places up to separate themselves and always have it in kind of project this higher civilization versus Asia. And I'm on to you, European people. I'm on to you. I think I call bull on this geography lesson that you've been teaching us for a long time. It's time to take back Europe into Asia. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how wars start. All right? I'm asking all the Asian countries to invade Europe and take over and declare it Asia. What would we call it? It would be Western Asia, of course. Northwestern Asia. So you got the Middle East, we got East Asia, we got Central Asia, and obviously what we were missing was Western Asia, Northwestern Asia. Now we got that problem solved. So although I proclaimed war is bad, for the sake of geography and for unifying a whole continent, I suppose we could do it. We should do it. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. What will but just the thing, if you actually go ahead with my plan and you conquer the whole of Europe, just please don't rename stuff, all right? That's a pet peeve of mine. Happening in India, happening in a lot of countries, and they just like to rename stuff, and I'm like, man, just let it go. It's a name, and we used to it, and I'm old, and it's hard for me to relearn stuff. So for my sake, could you all just not change names, all right? That's all I'm asking you to do. You conquer, you torture, you kill. Just don't change names, all right? There's a line. That's the line, all right? Don't cross it. You cross the border lines, but you don't cross this line, okay? All right? And on top of that, just don't go nuclear. Like Russia's attacking Ukraine. That made me laugh. Sorry, I'm coming back to that, but it just clicked in my mind, and I was like, it's kind of put itself on alert or something, and going, we might need to go nuclear. We might need to go nuclear. Ugh, my Russian accent's always been bad. I do wonder how Putin will go. That's something on my mind. Like, is he going to? You think he's going to be like ousted or killed, or he's just going to run? And if he's going to run, where's he going to run? On his horse without his shirt, like just running off into the sunset, into China? I'm not sure. Who are Russian friends right now? Well, I'm from Pakistan. I was embarrassed to see Imran Khan there, and just oh my God, don't even get started on my prime minister, who he just knows how to embarrass us. He's like really good at it. All right, he was the pride of the country as a winning captain of the cricket team, took us to ultimate glory, and now I just go, why didn't you stop there? Why didn't you just run some charity, and then I'd have loved you through the ages, Now, he was in Russia as Russia was starting the war. Talk about bad PR, and he was trying to spin it. So anyway, I'm kind of done with that stuff, man. I'm kind of done. Let's talk about money. That's the problem. I'm talking about saving dirhams and all that. I despise people who are good with money. I think it's another thing, like geography is in my DNA. I think money, handling money and being good with it and just attracting it, if you believe in the law of attraction, then some people have it, man. Some people are just good at handling money, making money, saving money, and somehow they just get lucky with money. Meanwhile, I'm like trying to work it out, and somehow I spend 1,000,000 dirhams on something, some fine comes up or some need comes up, and it's all gone. Like, I don't understand what it is, and I've tried self-help books too, I'm gonna admit. All right, I've read some books and I've tried, and I think there is something in our DNA. So, based on that realization, I'm making a pitch to you. If you're good with money, here's a guy who's good at geography. All right? Let's make things happen. All right? Let's find out how you can transfer some money to me and I can make my geography knowledge work for you. Just remember, I did my O levels back in 98, 96. So long ago, I can't remember. So my geography might be up to date till then. But we can still make it work, all right? If we believe we can, then we can, all right? That's my pitch to you guys. If you go with money, send me a note and tell me what it is, or you know someone who it is. Tell me what it is about them that makes them good with the money. What is it? Not what they do, but something about their personality. What is it? Not misers. I've seen misers do badly as well, or not just be happy. I've seen some people do really well. I'd love to hear that from you guys. Listen, I'm off. I have to go to Abu Dhabi later tonight for a gig. It's going to be fun. I'm glad Abu Dhabi borders don't require a PCR test, but the hotels still do. So I'm off to get that stuff cleared and get some rest before my gig tonight. It's the last one in Abu Dhabi. Wish me luck. Or if you've heard this after today, then you don't need to, because it'll have been done and over with. Yeah. Have a good week ahead, guys. If you can, like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Don't forget to do that. Share this episode as well. And also, you can financially support the podcast by going on a Patreon. There's a link in my description that you can go on, and you can support it for as little as $1 or $2, and help this podcast keep running. So I'd appreciate that. Thank you guys very much. Have a good week. Take care.